please. I just got this yesterday, and we're going to be looking at the Crowley and Waite Victorian Tarot. And you're like, but wait, you're in Canada. This is only available in the States. Yes, I have connections, and it was expensive. But I was so intrigued with this, a little bit about it. The format is modeled after the 1910 Rider Waite Coleman Smith deck. The images are photorealistic, and they're based on cabinet cards, which are these beautiful little sepia cards, photographs. So these are vintage photographs that are from US and Europe, Victorian era, and they're from public domain, and they're copyright free, which they want you to know. So they're like cabinet cards that are like landscapes and people, mystics from the Victorian era. So let's get into it. We'll start with the box. It's a wood box. They took it and they put a natural stain on it of black tea and vinegar and steel, so it really aged it. And then they let it dry, and then they put some golden finish on it, and they had a nice stamp on the top to tell you what it is. I probably won't be keeping my cards in this, but it is a very, very nice box. So when you open it, whoop. Okay, so first thing we'll talk about is this, and it's a little black envelope. You open it and you pull out, and this is on photography paper. And you get 3 images or photographs, and they call these carte de vistas. Visites? I apologize. I don't know. These are photograph prints of the most popular cards in the deck. So this is the Queen of Wands, which is a photo of Pamela Coleman Smith as the Queen of Wands. Then we have Aleister Crowley as the Devil. And then they just have the 3 of Swords. So isn't that interesting? It's on photograph paper, so it's a very tight fit. So give me a second. It's a little added bonus from Kickstarter. And then they have this paper. It's a 9x11 guide sheet. So you can, very, very simply read, I guess, the meanings of each card. You have the reverse side and the right side. So it's a quick little reference sheet, and then no little thing to pull out your cards. You just tip it over. But there is no gilding, and they purposely did that. So I think because I do think this box would rub it off, honestly. And then we have, this is the Aleister Crowley Truth Spread. And on this side we have the Waite Celtic Cross Spread. This is an ebook. And so I did open this last night, so I didn't go through the cards, but I wanted to see all of this stuff. And I also wanted to look at the online book. One thing that Oh, did I not tell you? I did another video. I sliced a bit of my thumb. I will cover it as much as I can. I am so sorry. I'll put my hand out of there, actually. So I went and looked because I wanted to see if, you know, the meanings of the cards were like, you know, a little bit more in depth than the paper. And what I found was that I emailed the creator and I asked if there's any way I could download this onto a device so I wouldn't have to be online to look at this. Haven't heard back yet, but it doesn't look like you can. And that's one thing I'm not a fan of, because everywhere I go doesn't have internet. And I like to, you know, even when you're on the plane, just flipping through, kind of reading how the author wrote certain ways and the different things. And I'd like to show you, but it's, like I say, it's online. And as far as I know, you can't get it offline to use it yourself. So it's not really something I enjoy. I really wish that I could download that for myself. Not a deal breaker, obviously, not just available in the States. That wasn't a deal breaker either, so I'm making a lot of concessions to enjoy this deck. But we do have a code there thing. Then we get to the cards. Boop. Fantastic. So let me see if I can give you a little information about the cards. I have my iPad here because I want to make sure I get all the information correct. Okay, so it's got a silk surface finish. It's 130 stock, so it's really, it says silk finish. Honestly, it feels, I mean, maybe it is, but it feels really cardboardy, in all honesty. I would have liked this to be a little thicker and had more of a, but that's just me. And I'm going to love these cards for sure. The backs are beautiful. Very detailed. I do love that. And, you know, obviously reversible. Love that. So let me clean this up a bit and put my iPad away and do all that stuff, and we'll look at the cards and then I'll do a deck interview. Okay, so I zoom that a little bit closer. Try to get the glare off. So this is the Fool. So they put the word here, put the number here. And they do, I think I will, actually, because you see how the edge is black. I think I will myself put a black edge on that. I think that would make this appear more like you are holding your own photo, if that wasn't white. Because there's really nothing white, you know, on here. There's, you know, it's all like a sepia. So to have the white edge is kind of just like, ooh, I don't want that. So I will probably do that in black. And I think that will make this card just be a little bit more to my liking. There's the Fool. And I do love, I mean, this is why I went through the bother to get these cards. I do love that these are photographs. Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. I do love, like in old, my father's a professional photographer, and so I grew up in a studio. It's a long story, but I do love when, and even you know, you can go to places and you can get dressed up in old time costumes, and they have all the rigmarole that they put around you, and they put you in a seat, and then they have a backdrop. to make it look like, you know, there's space or there's something behind you. And you can clearly tell though that it was painted. And then it's just a chair in your costume, and then they have all this stuff around you. I just love that. I think that is just so, it's so entertaining. I just love that concept of old time photos. Emperor, Hierophant. They're all sitting in their chairs. The lovers. But you can see how it's kind of like a stage, right? The chariot. That's quite the chair she's sitting in. Now this one's a landscape one, which was very interesting for strength. And I would guess that's a stuffed lion that they have. Hermit. So you can see the backdrop. And then all the stuff they put around them to get this picture. I love that. This isn't actually, I don't think, a person. But it is the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. Which is interesting, because usually, would he not be like that? But I guess, you know, his clothes would go over his head. That's very interesting. I think I'll have to read up on that one and why they call him the Hangman, but he's not actually, they usually have them upside down. So he gets a different perspective. Whereas here, he's just above the crowd instead of being, you know, hung upside down. That's very interesting. Death. And it does look like we do have a fire here. That's very interesting. Temperance. The Devil. So they said this one is Aleister Crowley. So in this one, in the background, they put an arch. I would guess that that's all painting back there. And then you have their outfits, and again the chair. Tower. Star. Moon. Sun. Judgment, which is very interesting, and the World. So we'll do a few of the minor arcana. Ace of Coins, Two of Coins, there's the coins in the background. Oh, how wonderful. Here's the 4. So these are wonderful. So fun. So I'm going to do, oh, see, one thing I did notice when I took it all out, and I just noticed it, they put a little star in the bottom of the box. That's adorable. All right, so I'm going to get this set up for a deck interview and find out what kind of deck this is going to be for me, since it's did quite the journey to get here. I'd like to know how we're going to work together. So, just a second. So before I get that set up, let's look at how it shuffles. That was all right. Let's try a long shuffle. it's got a snap to it. I appreciate that. Try again. Yeah, a little stiff. And I'm sure with this kind of cardstock, it will definitely get easier. All right, you're gonna grab me a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna give these a super duper shuffle, and then we'll get to the interview. Just wanted to show you as I'm working with these cards, they are getting a little more shuffly for me, and they are rippling a little better. So it could also be pilot error. let's not discount that. All right, so I've got all my questions. I have 10 questions that I asked Ask a Deck, and I have to say I might have poo-pooed these cards just a little bit. Not that it's ever going to make any difference to me, but the way they are shuffling is beautiful. So this is the thinner card, but it's actually, I just like the sound of them even. Really nice. So I take back a bit of what I said about them. They are shuffling beautifully. So we'll start with the first question. Your true self. Tell me about yourself. Okay. It's going to be, so, Tower. Tell me about yourself. We have the Tower. Tell me about your uniqueness. Your favorite topic is strength. What is your strength? What are you really good at telling me? Two of Wands. What are you avoiding? What is your weakness? The Seven of Swords. What is your first impression of me? The Seven of Cups. What is your task? What are you here to teach me? Oh, nice. Three of Cups. Partnership. What will our relationship be like? Our relationship will be like the devil. Are you kidding? What needs maintaining? What can I do to keep our communication clear? Page of Wands. Your deep knowledge. Overall message for me that is important for future readings. The Knight of Wands. And overall outcome. Potential outcome for our working relationship. The King of Wands. Wow. Okay. This is a lot. Like to have the Tower and the Devil showing up. It's like, oh, and even like the Seven of, wow. So, but do you see what I mean? Like these cards, how they're just so rich, and the photography is just so dark and like just, oh, it's just so beautiful. So I'm going to go through each one of these. I love these cards. Your true self. You give me the Tower. And I think what you're saying is that you're really like doing shocking realizations. You really like working with unexpected changes, transformation. You're going to give me some shocking truths. I think that's what you're into. Yeah? Shocking me. Telling me some things that maybe I don't want to hear, and it's going to change my perception of things. You're into the shock factor. Oh, that's good to know, because if that's what I need, then this is the deck. So what's unique about you is your strength. Strength card. So you're going to be brave, or you're going to show me how to be brave. You're going to show me an ability to overcome. I'm going to say that you have grit. And you're fearless in telling me maybe things that might make me not like you that much. You're going to be like, yeah, no, you need to hear this, and I don't care if you like it or not. So you're going to be very unique in showing me things maybe I don't want to see. Wow. What are your strengths? Two of Wands. So it looks like you're going to give me options. You're going to give me new challenges, and you're going to send me on a journey. Or at least you're going to show me the path to a new journey. So I think that goes very well with these two. You're going to be very, very strategic, and you're going to be very strong with me. Kind of like, grab me by the gruff and make me see things maybe, and give me a new path. You're good at showing me what I need to see and possible ways to go. Very important. What are you avoiding? 7 of Swords. You're avoiding being deceptive. You're avoiding being dishonest. You're avoiding misleading communication. So you're avoiding lying to me. And it's funny that the absolute look on this man's face. It's like, I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you. It's not going to be sugar-coated. You're not going to like it. So you're going to avoid being deceptive. You're just going to put it out there. Okay. I'm a little scared of you. I'm not going to lie. But let's see. What's your first impression of me? The 7 of Cups. So get a couple of 7s there. Kind of like that. So the 7 of Cups. So you see me as someone who's difficult to commit, or possibly a desire to have it all. I'm going to go with that one. A desire to have it all. Yeah. That's probably pretty. I did, really have to work at getting this deck up here to Canada. There was no shipping for that. I had to, there were so many workarounds. So yes, no, maybe this is very, very accurate. I wanted this deck. I want, all the decks that intrigue me. Yes, I want it all. I guess that may be like very first impression. That's, you got me up here. You wanted this. And very true. Good first impression. That's very, very intuitive. I like that. So the next one is your task. What are you here to teach me? And we have the 3 of Cups. Friendship. I see this as friendship. You're going to teach me that even though you're going to be tough with me, that we're going to have a really, really good friendship. The truth can be my friend, because it sounds like that's like what you're here to do. Just like spank, spank, spank. You're going to learn a lesson here. Just a side note, as I'm holding this card, you can see already, and I don't know if that's because of the wooden box or from shuffling, but we're already getting a little bit of damage on the edge. And I don't know if that's, like I say, the cardstock, shuffling, the box it came in, because there was no, it's not a protective box, it's just wood. So that's interesting to me. Oh, and I'm sorry, did I mention this? I will cover that. So that's just something to note. But when I paint it black, I really expect that to not be so noticeable. Side note, you want truth deck? I'm giving you truth. Boo, boo, boo. Goes both ways. I say that and then we're getting into partnership. And I got the devil. That's, yeah, Aleister Crowley right there. Devil. Oh my gosh. Partnership. What will our relationship be like? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, how am I going to read this? Our partnership. The devil. An unhealthy obsession? Oh, this is the most cheeky deck I've ever had. Unhealthy obsession. That's how I'm taking it. That is so funny. Well, maybe not. Like, we're going to find out, aren't we? That is so funny. Oh, gosh, do you think it is? Like, oh. What needs maintaining? We got the Page of Wands. Where are you? There you are. Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands and we have the King of Wands. I shuffled these. So this is very interesting that we have the Page, the Knight, and the King right here. And I don't have any queens here. So that's interesting. So we're going to what needs maintaining. So we're going to start with the Page. Oh, big bone. Oop, there we go. And the Page of Wands, what I need to maintain is be a very active person, be enthusiastic, eager to try new ventures and new ideas. So I need to maintain an open mind. I need to be open to maybe right above it what you're strong at, which is like giving me different avenues, different paths of the monumental things that you're going to be telling me. It's telling me to, yes, definitely be enthusiastic, passionate, eager to try the new things that you're going to be introducing to whatever questions that I'm bringing to you. So the deep knowledge is the Knight of Wands. So what's overall message that's important for future readings? Be fearless, be inspired, be adventurous, be passionate about what we are doing. Be adventurous. Here, you know, it's going to push me in new directions. So be inspired by that. Be fearless of the messages that I'm going to be getting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so overall outcome. Where are you? King of Wands. Overall outcome of our working relationship. King of Wands. Be courageous, be bold, be witty, be charming. I think I'm going to find that once I get over the messages that are going to be coming in, possibly it will be an unhealthy situation, obsession, because you're going to be so charming and alluring and witty, and you're going to lead me to places that I didn't see, and you're going to be honest. So it's very intriguing. Very intriguing that this is the card that you see everything amounting to. What an interesting. I don't think I've ever had an interview, a deck interview, that has left me fearful and inspired at the same time. I mean, I think I'm going to slowly add this to my daily or weekly, slowly, let's make it weekly, our weekly pulls and spreads, and just see the flavor that's going to be coming out, because so far it looks like once I get going using these beautiful cards, that I don't know if you're tooting your own horn, but unhealthy obsession with this deck might develop. That's so funny. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been very eye-opening. For me, I'm very curious how readings will go with this. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in another interview. Thank you.